offensive play calling. Because, DJ Chark is hurt. There's a couple other owies and boo-boos. Austin Corbett's still not back. I would argue their personnel should be able to effectively run whatever offense they've been practicing all the way through training camp.
You'd think, right?
You'd think.
Allegedly.
Is that allegedly you just throw out there just to it's like anytime you're talking about anything court related, you just throw out like allegedly. Again, these are all allegations just to protect yourself. Allegedly. These are all accusing.
Assumptions.
Yeah. The reports are. The accusations made are. Here's what I think happened. They over-promised and under-delivered on the offensive scheme.
Yeah.
Right? The Panthers all preseason sold us a story. Right? They would finish their preseason game. Their offense wouldn't look great at times. They would come back to us, and what would they say? We kept it vanilla.
Yeah. Not showing anything.
We didn't show anything. Part of the reason we are not worried about our offensive production, we kept it vanilla. We kept it vanilla. That was the word, vanilla. And they said it a bunch of times. And part of what happens when you keep saying that is we start to think you have something to hide, right? You have something innovative. You have creativity. You have explosives. You have something new. You have a player used in a way that we weren't expecting. You have something to surprise us with. Then you came out the first day, the first game where it counted, where you should unveil, right, like a magician taking the tablecloth off of some apparatus, right? Like, ooh, a tiger in a cage. Only instead, you took the cover away and it was like a chair, right? It was vanilla. The offense you ran was vanilla.
There's nothing flashy about it.
It was
nothing special.
It was vanilla. You were running vanilla to hide the offense that ended up being vanilla, and that doesn't make much sense to me. And it made the offense very underwhelming.
They did the same stuff, except they just did it in the pistol formation. It's like, oh, you moved the running back 2 steps to one side.
Nobody could have seen that coming.
No. What? What is this?
Like, it strikes me. This is remember the end of Varsity Blues, the movie? Mm-hmm. Where if you watch the movie, and this came out in like 94 or something like that. I think it was 94. They basically invented like the spread offense, the run and shoot, where John Moxon 99. Okay, well, 90s. Guess I should have left it more generic.
There you go.
But they basically invented the run and shoot.
Yeah.
Where they're like 5 wide, I'm calling the plays, we're hurrying up, no huddles, and it's just like a raunchy MTV movie where they happen to stumble into like Mike Leach in the 90s.
4 receivers to one side, single a guy over here.
But there's a moment where they run out there and they're doing this unforeseen, never unbelievable offense, and you see like the coaches on the other sideline, the defense, like, what is this? Oh my, they have 5 receivers. Whoa. I felt like the Panthers were making us believe that was going to be the first series, right? Where they did something and the Falcons defense was going to be out there, heads on a swivel, looking to the sideline like, what are we doing now? But instead they got out there and they went, oh, yeah, this is what you showed on film. Like, that's not okay. There's only one situation when you can be very bland and vanilla and boring on offense, and it's when you have the overwhelming talent advantage. Mm-hmm. Right? When you're so good, you can say, we're going to run it to the right, and there's nothing the defense can do to stop you. Then, yeah, you can be as bland as you want. Right? Your signals from the sideline could be 34 power. Okay, did you hear that, guys? All right, set hut, and then you run 34 power, power to the right, and everybody's like, oh, look at that. You gained 7 yards. You're just more talented. The Panthers are not that.
Far from it.
You're going to have to scheme guys open, right? You're going to have to. I told this story from a podcast the other day. Josh McDaniels, right? He's talked about having Randy Moss when he was with the Patriots, Gronk when he was with the Patriots, now Devontae Adams when he's with the Raiders. And he said it's just nice to know that if those guys are ever singled up, If you ever are not doubled, your quarterback knows, like everybody knows, hey, that guy's singled up, we're throwing it to him. And that's because they're just so overwhelmingly talented that it can be that obvious, and like you're going to get the ball if you're singled up. Who on the Panthers is that? Do you think they've given Bryce Young the A-OK that anytime Terrace Marshall Jr. is singled up, no matter what the play call is, you go to him? I don't think so.
I hope not.
Adam Thielen, I don't think so.
Nope.
Hayden Hurst, I don't think so. And some of these players are like good quality players. They're just not that. You have to scheme them open. You have to get to the right spot. The play calling has to be more creative. And I'm not saying every play has to be a triple reverse RPO, but something new and different, right? Set up the play and then run the counter to the play. Test them deep and more than just, hey, down the right sideline. Like it's almost this. I got really mad yesterday at Bryce Young for making the same mistake twice. And the point I made was you could go play two of his two interceptions back-to-back on video and then shuffle them up, right? Like do the old three-card Monty game where you shuffle the two clips back-to-back-to-back, and now you don't know which one's going first, and you wouldn't be able to tell. They look that similar. So I got really mad at Bryce Young for making the same mistake twice. I don't know if I got mad enough at the play caller for like Bryce Young made a terrible read on that particular route, and you called it again. Like, not only did he make the same mistake on the same play, you kind of called the same play twice. I don't know if it was the exact same motion on the front side, the exact same concept on the front side, but be more creative. Be more creative. As an offensive play caller, Frank Reich, you've been around the block a few times. Dig into your bag of tricks. Okay, so guess what? Your wide receivers and tight ends weren't getting open, so you had to depend on the running game. You had to depend on the running backs. Get them the ball in different situations, right? Like not just the same old. Use motions pre-snap. Use different formations. Use different personnel. Be more. I saw too much bland. And by the way, the Panthers have nothing to lose this year. Right? It's not like they came in as the Bills or something, and you know, Josh Allen's taking chances, and I'm going, why in the world would you take chances? You're going up against Zach Wilson by that point in the game. This is the Panthers. Take chances. Take chances.
Yeah. Try things.
Yeah.
What's it going to hurt?
See what works. Can't be worse. Actually, it could be. It could look like the Bills. But hey,
well,
could look like the
at least
Giants.
They got to overtime. Well, there you go.
Had to find the one, right? Could look like the Bengals.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, all those quarterbacks are making $40 million or more a year. Could be worse.